I think the only person I'd say I got really mentally in his head was Nathan Cleverley. I ruined him.
Yeah.
I got in his mind.
What about when you blanked him in the ring?
Oh, do you know what? I knew this would come up. I didn't blank him.
You did?
I didn't. I look up to him. I look up to what David, and David's one of the greatest fighters this country's ever produced. He's going to go down better than me. And as he hugged me, he could feel the bones in me back.
No.
But I could feel him physically shaking his head at Gary and Fran behind me, as if to say, what the f*** there's nothing left of him. What possessed you guys to come to me and offer me a role in a Rocky movie?
Welcome back to part 2 of the 4-hole challenge with top man Tony Bellew. The score is currently 1-all or all square, as you should say in golf. Big thanks to Function 18 for sponsoring this vid. The link is down in the description. Check them out. Unbelievable, Jeff. Right, here we go. Tone, good luck.
Don't say that, mate. You don't mean it.
No, I do mean it.
Just hit your ball, mate. Come on. Stop about.
No, the driver isn't.
Yeah, you're on. You're on.
I'm on. The driver is not on form today.
I'm not.
Against Nader Manua, driving absolutely perfect. Now this is golf. It's little things like your foot could be stood in just a little millimetre out, and then well, I don't even know how I'm standing properly anyway. Come on, Tone, get the big dog out.
Yep, that's an absolute peeler as well, isn't it? You absolute tosspot. That's what happens when the ball doesn't want to be your mate. Doesn't want to be my mate. That should have... Now, that was... Everything was going all right, and I don't know why that's gone wrong. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get with me coach Barry Taylor, and you know what he says? It's just this, it's just... That's not just nah, it's and it's not working. I'm not having lessons no more. They're not working. He's a brilliant coach, he's a brilliant teacher, but nothing works. Do you know why nothing works? Because the ball didn't burst.
Tony said before filming, one of my life goals in golf is to burst the ball. It's going to be a hard job. That you can burst people's noses, but I don't think you can probably burst a golf ball.
Jesus Lord. I just want some consistency to my game. Because, you know, I'm going to get the 7-iron out now. And I'll guarantee you, I'm going to get a nice 7-iron out of this stuff. I know that. Now, why can't I just have that same confidence with the driver that I have with that 7? It doesn't make any sense. This is fantastic, though, this trolley.
You're so buzzing with it, aren't you?
Mate, this is great. I mean, it doesn't have like me. I've got an adapter, so last night I was putting it together, charged it and stuff.
Yeah.
I put the accessory thing on it, and I was fuming. The screws come out of the accessory holder, and I've lost the screw in a garage, and it's on the floor.
Yeah.
45 minutes on the floor. Oh, I couldn't find it. So I would have had the accessory thing on it today with a cup holder and an umbrella holder and a scorecard. Would have looked the absolute once again.
Hey, the sun's out. You don't need umbrellas. It's beautiful up north today at the beautiful Mere. Unbelievable.
It's a nice golf course, this, mate. It's a lovely golf course.
Cool, isn't it?
Right, let's see what that 7-iron can muster up here.
Come on. We've got hole 4 is...
No, it shouldn't be the 7-iron, but I'm just going to hit it because that's where I've got
Make sure you get over the go over the bunks.
Yeah, just tell me what not to do, A-tubes. That's great. Just like things that pros would try and do, mate, and I haven't got a hope, but you know, we're going to get there. Okay.
Shot. That's a good shot.
It's up there.
Hey?
It's up there.
Hey, now you love golf.
I don't know about that yet because I see where it's landed, but you know, I feel better about it. I'm a bit more positive.
We talked in part 1 about selling a fight.
Yeah.
you were superb in like the press conferences and you know the weigh-ins. Yeah, you were funny. You were funny. Did you research like, the boxers you were fighting to how to wind them up? Is there brain power behind it of like what I should say here to get him going? How important is it to win those things?
I'd find things out about them.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. I would do a little bit of digging into the background or whatever was going on. I never rehearsed anything. I never planned anything, but I did do some digging. And then you know what a lot of biggest part about it is banter. Because I've grown up in football, I've played football at an half decent level.
Yeah.
And because of the banter, I was used to football dressing rooms.
Right.
Where it's vicious, you know. You've played, you're a good player, so you know there's nothing. There's no boundaries in a football dressing room. Racism doesn't play any part in a football dressing room.
So
colour, creed, everyone just. I've seen. I was in Everton's dressing room with like Sylvan, Tim Howard, Tim Cahill, Tony Hibbert, Leon Osmond, Leighton Baines. All these lads just bantered each other.
Yeah.
And I would see them, and it was just brilliant. And then when I was actually playing football myself, I'd learned. So it was mad when I went to Everton, I'd be in there and I'd be, ooh, it's Tim Cahill, it's the best in the world. Ooh. And I'd be starstruck at first, but then you just learn to get on with them. They're my mates, and that's it. But from my own perspective, when I was actually playing, the dressing rooms were ruthless. We would rip the back out of each other.
Yeah.
You used to think, you are, lad, you are absolutely dreadful. Yeah. You've got 2 left feet, you can't do this, you can't do that. So when I'd be in a press conference and they'd say things like that are supposed to be degrading and humiliating you, I'd be sitting there thinking,
this is nothing like the football changing room.
Is that it, mate?
Yeah.
Are you having a laugh? I mean, I've had me man's back ripped out of it off some of the lads. You know, you're mad this, you're mad that. That would never happen in a press conference, but just to make a scenario or something about your brother or whatever, there was no barriers, there was no levels, there was everything was in. There was no, as I said, there was just, what's the word I'm looking for? There was no
holds barred.
Yeah, they just went for you.
Yeah.
And they just told your weakest spots. So when I got into boxing and press conferences and aim for people and they would low, it was just like, are you messing with me? Are you really going to have a go at me, or are you going to have a go at me? You've been knocked down. I know I have, so have you, you daft you've been beat up loads of times.
I'm a boxer.
So have you.
Yeah.
And it was just like, so when I touched them with, I think the only person I'd say I got really mentally in his head was Nathan Cleverley. I ruined him.
Yeah.
I got in his mind.
You hated each other, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he hated me as much as I hated him, but yeah, I didn't like him. With David, it was more of a wind him up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to wind him up.
It worked.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It just worked to treat me. I was in his mind. He wanted to burst my head like I want to burst these golf balls. So yeah, it's horses for courses when it comes to winding fighters up. You've also got to understand and know how to antagonise someone without pushing it too far.
Yeah.
So you've got to give them a little bit, and then you've got to know when to stop. I think I was all right at that side.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love that, but I find that really, really interesting, because you just think like some people just go in there and go, oh, I'll knock you out, but you were like clever with it, and you could see them going, and you just go,
mate, dude, like doing the gloves are off. I've done 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them, and when you do them, it's just like, I did do 4 because I've done 3 with David because one of the fights got cancelled. I've done 1 with Cleverley, and you've just got to understand and know who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. So I understood what I'd said with Cleverley was never going to work with David. You've got to adapt your situations to each one, and all fights, it doesn't matter what happens under the lights is what really matters. Yes, that's true, but it's good to play on people's emotions, and it's good to play on people's thoughts. Everyone in the world has doubts about themselves. I don't care who you are, how great you are, how brilliant you've been, you have doubts.
Yeah.
So if I can chip away at them doubts and knock on them a little bit more.
And they come out first round swinging, you're going, thank you.
You've had enough.
It's an absolute
So I think I can be on the green in 3.
And I don't know what to do here.
Now,
I might have to be...
This is saying 177,
you're talking about
172.
getting people's head. Now you've told me your ball's right up there and you've got a shot on every hole. I think I'm going to have to attack
I
it.
do think that, you know, my next shot I'm hitting the green. I don't know if I'm getting close to the flag, but I'm hitting the green. So just watching your manoeuvres now and what club you've picked up, you need a nice connection here, Tubes. Oh, you pulled it out.
I know.
It's dragging left a bit, but...
Oh, I'm in deep, deep trouble here.
I think...
Absolute deep doo-doo.
I think
I've been given the Bellew treatment.
I think you're going to need some kind of spade or some kind of mechanical tool to get in that to that bush, mate.
Captain Hook.
It was a lovely connection, though.
It was a lovely, it sounded nice. We just went straight in the trees.
Fantastic.
We mentioned Eddie Hearn in the first part.
Yeah.
What about when you blanked him in the ring?
Oh, do you know what? I knew this would come up. I didn't blank him.
You did.
I didn't. Honest to God, I didn't blank him. I just, as he knows, I fight on emotion.
Yeah.
I've always done it. And at that moment, I just felt relief the fight was over.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I felt for David Haye, because you have to understand how brave David was that day. His Achilles snapped in the 6th round.
Yeah.
And he's just been pummeled and beaten up for 5 rounds, and he's took it. All because of the Klitschko fight. That's why he stuck in there. And also, it didn't help the fact that in the build-up, I kept saying to him, David, don't quit. It's going to get hard. Don't you speak. I said to everyone who'd listen what would happen. The first 5 rounds are going to be a bit of a chess match. I'm going to lose a few of them. But after 5 rounds, you're finished. Told everyone who'd listen.
You said it in the ring as well, didn't you?
Yeah, at the end of the 5th round, I said to him, because I landed 2 really hard body shots. I done the jab, boom, right hand onto the rib cage, straight right, and that was my heaviest body shot I could throw. And then he comes out and it registers because he looks at me. Not a bad shot, that.
Yeah.
And then I just feinted him again. I brought this round and blinded him. Whack! Right on there again. And he landed in the exact same spot in the 5th round. And he's just, he takes a breath and he knows I've nailed him hard on the ribs. And as he's walking, it gets to the end of the 5th round and I'm thinking, he expected this to be over in the 3rd.
Right.
And it's not over. And then at the end of the 5th, I go, you're blowing out your ass is mine now. I said, so I walked at the end of the 5th round, I'm walking back and I'm going, you are and he goes back and then he comes out for the 6th and I'm thinking, I started up the pace. Now this is now my fight. First fought for the fight in any fight with David Haye is his rounds. Right. Because he's so powerful, he's so explosive. He's the most explosive, most powerful fighter I've ever fought. He's so strong. He's amazing at what he does. But there's so much power and so much ferocity in each punch. You have to tire quickly with that style. You are not a 12-round fighter with the muscle mass that he has, with the density that he has to it. You can't be a 12-round machine. It's science. Yeah. So at the end of that 5th and the start of the 6th, I was like, I'm going to get on him. It started at him. And then when that happened to his leg and I looked down and go, ooh, it's like the fireworks went off my mind. At that moment, I just think, I've got to take his head off.
Let's go,
That's the worst I've ever boxed in my career for 5 rounds.
Just because you had no discipline?
Just no discipline, wants to take his head off and was just like, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get him. And I've thrown everything into every punch. And it was an amazing toughness and resilience. So I have so much respect for him that he doesn't even know that. Right. Because I've never told him, but I do.
Nice touch.
I look up to him. I look up to what David's done. David's one of the greatest fighters this country's ever produced. He's going to go down better than me. That's just a fact. He's better than me. Even though I've beaten him twice, he's better than me, Tubes.
How is he better than you? You've beat him not once.
I know.
Everyone went, oh, he had a dodgy leg, and then you beat him the 2nd time.
Yeah.
So that would make
it
you
does,
better, right?
Yeah, that's on paper and the way for the cold hard facts. Yes, it does. But I understand boxing. I'm not better than him. It's just styles make fights. So when last year, was it Watford, Liverpool went so well, and then Watford it was who beat them, I think it was. Yeah. Well, Watford better than Liverpool?
On the day, yeah.
Yeah, but are they a better team than them?
But did they do it twice?
So who's played?
Yeah, but I think so.
Who's beaten Liverpool? No, I'm just trying to make an example. So City have lost this season to who?
I couldn't tell you.
So someone,
Leeds.
if anyone's done the double over them or someone like that, if Leeds might have done double over, does that mean Leeds? It's just styles make fights, and it's in no way is it like football. I'll get that straight. It's not. But boxing is a stylistic thing that styles will always make fights. I could make David miss because I was used to fighting smaller, lighter guys who were quicker than him. David's greatest advantage was his speed and power. But to make them advantages work for you, you've got to be able to land. If you can't hit him clean, he hit me clean in the first fight twice. In the rematch, he didn't hit me clean once. So if you can't hit it, you can't beat it. It's just one of them things. But I have no doubts in saying there's fighters who David's blown away and fighters who David who'd beat me because their styles weren't accustomed to mine.
That's interesting.
It's violent chess. That's what boxing is. Boxing is violent chess. A style will beat another style. Doesn't mean he's better. So Vernon Forrest was defeated twice by Ricardo Mayorga, if my memory serves me right. Ricardo Mayorga is the wildest slugger you've ever seen with zero boxing IQ. Right. Just wild, but he beat him. He beat a master boxer who beat a master boxer in Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
Why and how? Just style. He could not deal with that style. He couldn't adjust and adapt. One thing about me, I was very adaptable in my fighting style.
Yeah.
I could adapt because that's because of years of studying fighters. Let's get your ball.
Right. Right, this is big. I need to get this dancing.
Oh, look. Floor.
Now that is what you call in the trade a divot origi.
You love these names, La.
Oh, I loved it, didn't he? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
That'll do that. Where are the YouTubes?
Not anywhere near you, mate.
That'll do that.
Oh, look how happy he is. Look at the smile on the boat race.
Take your time, sweet cheeks.
Come on, this needs to go in.
Wish that on me. That's not bad, that.
It's not bad. It's not good enough, though.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's not bad. Let's just say we put that on 9.
Yeah.
Who's chasing
do you know what? That's a really good point. Why does it have? I suppose if you're going up a hill.
Mate, the smoke will come off wheels if that's in 9. I mean, it will be wheel spinning.
Should we give it a go later?
Yeah, mate. No thanks for that. I actually love coming to. I pulled my thigh a week last Friday.
Yeah.
And I've never ever pulled a muscle. I'm sure you will have the football levels you've played at.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym.
Well, not at great levels, but
doing lunges. So I've been training quite hard recently. I've got something coming up that'll reveal itself soon enough. I'm not going to fight again, so don't take that out of the equation. So I'm doing these sessions. So this lad's training really hard. His name's Luke Shredfast. He's brilliant at what he does.
Yeah.
But he's just insane how hard he works me. So I'm doing this workout. The warm-up was, I'm doing this for 5 minutes straight. 5 minutes, just doing that 5 minutes. Then I'm doing this for 5 minutes. Lunge.
I bet you felt that in the morning, didn't you?
5 minutes. Yeah. Well, after 4.5 minutes into these, I felt like, here's exactly what I went. I'm doing them. The coach is there, I'm here. We're in an empty gym. I went, I've just been shot. Remember that oxide? I've just been shot.
Yeah.
Just been shot.
Yeah.
Mate, so I've gone straight away. So I've been shot. Someone's just shot me.
That's a tune. Bam, 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 bam,
yeah,
for the reload. Shot.
I've just been shot. Somebody shot. Everybody stop getting shot. So I swear, someone just shot me. Yeah. I was looking around the gym, no one was there. And he was going, you popped something. I couldn't even hear what he was saying. I thought seriously someone had shot me with a dart in the leg. And I was like, did you hear that? I've been shot. Someone just shot me, and he's looking at me and saying, you've lost the plot.
Yeah.
I said, I've never snapped or pulled a muscle. I've broke hands. I've snapped. Saying that. I did snap me thingy, as I was saying before, the SAS thing, the ligament in my ankle, but I'd never felt like this. And as it popped, I hit the floor, and I just couldn't believe that the noise in my. I swore I heard pop. in my leg, and then the blood just straight away was under my skin there. It's going now, slowly but surely, but I'm over the worst of it.
Jesus.
I've just got to hope I've seen it off.
Talking about fitness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How did you find about losing the body weight, and then, because like, there was a couple of fights, you look like really, really small.
Yeah, that's because I was making light heavyweight. So I used to fight at 12.5 stone at light heavyweight. Cruiserweight 14 stone 4. So that's best part of 2 stone. And then I fought David Haye heavyweight, which was, I got in the ring at 15 stone 3 and then 15 stone in the rematch.
How'd you do that?
12 stone 7 was a nightmare, mate. That was an absolute nightmare.
Are you not, doesn't you not go a bit crazy? Like,
yeah, definitely. I reckon that's the closest I've ever came to an actual mental breakdown. Before the Adonis Stevenson fight, I had 4 pounds to lose on the morning of the weigh-in, and I ran on the treadmill for an hour and didn't lose anything. So I spoke to Kerry Case, who's the best nutritionist the world's ever seen. Actually lives.
Well, yeah, we spoke to him earlier. Yeah.
And he said to me, son, the only way that's coming off is you've got to physically drag it out of your body. I said, well, how am I supposed to do that? As hot a bath as you can take, it's going to hurt to get in with full of salt. Done it 25 minutes, 4 pound came off.
Gee.
Bear in mind, I could not lose a pound of running for an hour on the treadmill.
That's mad.
Insane. That's the closest I've ever come. I was watching Kevin Hart on my iPad, and I was laughing at his jokes and then crying because of how much pain the bath was putting me in. It was that hot, burnt me. Madness, crazy. Always remember knocking on Eddie Hearn's hotel room just before I'm about to, Ed, time to go to the weigh-in. And I remember him hugging me and just saying, yeah, Tony, you look great. And my 2 mates were behind me.
Yeah.
And as he hugged me, he could feel the bones in my back.
No.
But I could feel him physically shaking his head at Gary and Fran behind me, as if to say, what the f***, there's nothing left of him. True story. You give it every chance. It's not bad, that, Tubes.
No, I'll take that. It's for a par though, Tone. It's not good enough for me. Tony Bellew for par. Oh, it's lovely play. And that's a gimme. That's in for 5.
I'll take that.
And Tony Bellew is 2-1 up in the 4-hole challenge.
I'll put it just so you know.
Tony Bellew, 2-1 up on the 4-hole challenge, the last hole. Good luck.
4-hole challenge. Let's just hope we don't stick by that. Right, come on. Don't get cocky. Don't get confident.
Oh, somebody's turned up.
4 irons out.
Somebody's full of confidence.
4 irons out.
Somebody wants the win. My God.
It's not bad, that, mate.
Is that one of the best shots you ever hit?
Aye, lad. Don't tack it like that.
Do you know,
I've hit a number of good ones, you know.
where
I've
you are,
hit
though.
better than
I'm not saying,
that.
look,
What's that, a 4
that's
iron?
right in the middle of the fairway.
How far do you think that's gone?
About 220, 230.
With a 4 iron?
With a 4 iron.
Yeah, okay. Definitely send us that on video, boys. It's one for the collection.
Right.
You've got this, lad. Over that bunker and you are in.
Oh, go on.
What?
Go on.
Have that.
It's not good enough though, Tone.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you something. If you've got a nice little lie and you can get through the trees, you sound. It's only if you have to chip back onto the fairway.
I'd really like that. Quite a few boxes getting into golf.
I really love coming, but it can really get the bad side of me though. Like, I'll go home and I've now bought a golf net.
Yeah.
And like, I'm brilliant on the net.
Everyone's brilliant down the range, mate.
Mate, on that net, it's flying.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going straight every shot. I get that 3 iron out. I've got this 3 iron off TaylorMade they've sent me.
Yeah.
And Mate, it just looks, look at that, it just looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Nice, I like the
It
black
says a
bit there.
sim thing on it. I asked him what does that, he said, no, whoa, don't touch that. I was like, can I screw that? And like, he said, don't touch it, just leave it, trust me. Because they're all fitted to me, the clubs, and I was like,
That looks like a weapon, that.
mate, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, on my net in the house, in my back garden, everything goes well with it.
Yeah.
And then I go on the course and it's just, that's the end of me. Sad times, mate.
That is golf. That is golf.
I do love the game though. It's going to be interesting here if you're bored. If you can come out of here without having to go to the side
It's a big if, Tone.
and
It's a
take
big
a
if.
shot.
It's a big if.
Yeah.
Tone, as well as being a world champion boxer,
Yep.
you were in a film with Sly Stallone,
Yes. What a guy.
Creed.
Yes.
It was superb.
Thank you.
I'll be honest, I thought you were superb in it.
Thanks.
How on earth did that come about?
Just got a phone call this day. I'd never forget the day because your horrible team had come to my beautiful ground and absolutely
Chels.
stumped us 5-2. Diego Costa scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
So that was the night I got the call.
Serious?
Yeah, right. I come out of Goodison. I was absolutely furious. So as it comes out, fella phones me and it's like, speak to Tony please. I said, who's this? He said, my name's such and such. I said, well, have you got my number? He went, don't worry about that. He said, I need to speak to you. And I said, what about, lad? He said, about being in a Rocky movie. And I said, listen, mate, I'm not in the mood.
I was going to say, just
I'm not in the
being
mood.
pumped 5-2.
So it's over. It's over. This was just before I was about to fight Nathan Cleverly in the rematch.
Yeah.
So I just literally, that night, signed the contract. Well, I did. That's another lie. I didn't sign the contract because I just agreed everything with Eddie. Me and Eddie never had a contract.
I've heard.
Never had a contract.
Is that true?
Yeah, we dealt on a handshake. That was it in boxing. Now, when I became world champions, I started to twitch.
I'm going to say.
But we've always dealt with each other with a handshake.
That's respect, though. That's mutual respect.
It's respect, and I trust him. I can't believe I just said that about a boxing promoter, but I trust him. I trust him implicitly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's honest and he's straight.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's with that one. And this fella phones back again. I said, listen, mate, all due respect. I said, I've just seen my team get tanked there 5-2 at home. I'm not in the mood for games.
Yeah.
What's this really about? He said, people want to speak to you about being in a Rocky movie. I was fuming. I was furious. I said, you're not grasping what I'm saying. So I phoned my bird now. I said, love, some fella's phoned me about being in a Rocky movie. And she's gone to me, don't be so naive, you stupid idiot. Why would anyone think you're going to be in a movie? Of all people, you. All right, love, sound, I'll just ignore him, forget it, no problems. I'll see you at home. I was on my way to the Indian to get our last takeaway before I went into camp for 14 weeks.
Right.
So I'm picking up the Indian food, and I love Indian food, absolute best thing ever. That and Chinese, my favourites. So I'm now in the takeaway. I phone me mate. Lad, this fella's phoned me about being in a Rocky movie. Oh, off, lad. You know, you'll believe anything someone says to you on the phone.
There must be a bit. It must be in your mind going, this might be true. I'm going to phone people.
I was
Everyone's just
trying
going,
to think to myself, just try and like play with him a little bit.
Yeah.
He said, stupid, don't be so stupid and naive. Okay, well, it's okay, that's two people on the bounce now.
Yeah.
This fella must be talking. He phones back for the third time. He said, whoa, 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 before you go any further, quite simply just explain this to me. Where did you get my number from? He said, Ross Barkley. Before he could even say another word, boom, don't phone Ross Barkley up. I didn't even play in my mind. Ross had just played against Chelsea and been tanked 5-2. I'm not sure if he played that day or not. I phoned him up and said, listen here, lad. I said, you know, if this is a wind-up, because this is not your kind of thing, this has got Leon Osmond written all over it. If this is you winding me up, I'll put your card on bricks in Finch Farm on Monday, lad. All right. I said, I'm telling you now, Ross. Now, he was only just getting into the team then. I don't even think he was in the first team dressing room yet. He's one of the youngsters. He might have been, I think, 'cause he used to sit next to Ribbo. And I loved Ross. And Ross was like, Tone, honest to God, me best mate's dad knows Sylvester Stallone. There's people, and they really want to speak to you over a Rocky movie. And I was like, oh, off, lad. Don't be stupid.
Everyone's just getting knocked
and I was just like, don't be stupid. I said, I swear to God, if this is a wind-up, Ross, there's going to be problems, lad. And he's like, I promise you it's not a wind-up.
Wow,
I ended up going to a meeting. They flew over here.
Yeah.
I spoke to certain people. They flew over here and we met in the hotel in Liverpool by the docks. And they asked me, would I be interested in doing a Rocky movie? I rejected them. I said, I've never acted. I said, how am I going to do a movie? What possessed you guys to come to me and offer me a role in a Rocky movie? And they said, there's a couple of Jewish guys from Warner Brothers, really lovely fellas, down to earth men who I couldn't believe was in the movie industry. And I just said, okay, then the best thing to sort this out is, whose idea is this? They said a guy called Ryan Coogler, who went on to make Black Panther. Ryan's my good mate. I speak to Ryan all the time. You know, he's at my wedding. I love Ryan Coogler. Without him, I'd have never have done the movie. Ryan Coogler flies over the next day.
Mad.
He's over in Liverpool. He stays with me in and around my space for 2 days. If I'd known then what I know now, I would have got 10 times more money because I knew there was only me wanted for Ricky Conlon. But I didn't.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So yeah, I took him. He come over here. He watched me. He studied me and watched me. I didn't even realise he was studying me and watching me, but he was. And then after, I went down and worked George Groves and Christopher Rabrasi fight.
Yeah.
And I brought Ryan Coogler down to London with me. He come in and got him into the fight, and he watched Christopher Rabrasi, George Groves at Wembley Arena. So I was working it for Sky. And my last words was, I said, Ryan, I might not do this film because I don't know if I can do it or not. And he said, Tone, you will, you'll be great. I said, well, I've got to beat Nathan Cleverly in 14 weeks' time.
Yeah.
If I don't beat him, I'm not doing the movie because I couldn't deal with the shame of I've lost and then I'm just going to go and do a movie. It's like I'm some kind of con man.
Yeah.
And he said to me, really? You'd not do the movie if you lose the fight? And I said, that's life, mate. If I don't win this fight, I'm not doing the movie. So all the guys in Hollywood and Warner Brothers, Ryan Coogler, sliced their own.
All sitting down watching Cleverly fight.
They sat down watching Cleverly Bellew. And yeah, they wanted me to win. As soon as I won and beat him, I signed the contract on Sunday morning, and I was doing the movie.
That is a wicked story.
But Ryan Coogler convinced me to do it. Without Ryan Coogler, I'd have never done it. I'm so much indebted to him. And you know, I'm in jail at the minute in the movie, so you know, you never know what's around the corner.
I was going to say, you've got to do it again.
I'm in jail, mate, so I don't know. It's up to Michael B. Jordan takes the reins to direct the third one.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen, so you never know, mate.
But is acting something you'd like to get into now that you've done it once? Would you go, hang on, I quite fancy it?
Yeah, I would entertain it these days. You see, when I've done Creed, the producers and Ryan, the director, were like, Tone, you can really act.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And they were like, no, Tone, you're really good. And he was like, just leave the fighting. You don't need to be getting punched in the face. And I was like, listen, I've had a dream since I was 14 years old. I want to be a world champion. I want to win my title at Goodison Park. He said, well, Tone, you're going to do it in the movie? And I was like, no, this is just a movie.
Life.
I said, I'm going to do it in real life. And they were like, Tone, just stay over here. You can have a lovely life, lovely family yourself. You'll get gigs. I'm telling you, you can really act. And I was like, I'm so grateful to all of you for what you're saying to me. And Erwin Winkler sat me down and told me. Erwin Winkler was one of the producers of Jaws.
Yeah.
He's been one of the producers of all the Rockies, a big dog. He was like, son, forget the boxing, you're getting damaged and stuff like that. I said, get in the acting world. And I was like, I've got to become world champion, Erwin. I said, this is just what I want to do, it's what I believe in. And Bob Chartoff as well, another big man, part of Godfather series and stuff like that, said to me, just act. And I was like, I've got to become world champion. So I came home, fought on a few no-mark bills, and then finally I got my chance. Now that I've been world champion, now that I've done all these things, I would entertain it now. I'd go back and do some more. So I don't know what the future holds, but as time progresses, I don't know when this goes out, things will unfold and we'll see. So
amazing, exciting. We're going to talk about that world title after I found my ball, if I ever find my ball.
Have you found it?
Lost ball.
Make sure you get a nice lie, lad, at least. I'll give you that.
Third shot. Absolute whiffy Cairo. Wilfred Bonny.
Oh. You're over there, good shot.
Oh, I've given myself a chance. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'll give myself a chance. Come on, Tone, turn the screw.
Oh, see, I told you. Do me a favour.
It's dropped.
Aiming left. Why am I aiming over there? Absolutely.
You want it?
Yeah. Just believe for myself.
But you haven't, because you've got a shot. So you should be all right.
Oh no, my short game will be okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm not really badly in the tree. The tree's not where I am. I'm through the tree, so.
You have got a Marcelo chippy in the bag, to be fair, so you should be all right.
Marcelo lippy, yeah. Oh, I'm on them, lad. Don't worry. Mar's punchy, but I've got that one.
You've got that one. Tone.
Yo.
You won.
Yeah.
WBC Cruiserweight title of the world at your beloved Goodison Park.
Yes.
Can it get any better?
No. I'd say best moment of my life, but my kids being born is more important. Yes, the best moment of my life.
What was that night like? What was
Best
that
moment of my career? Mate, it's just the best thing that I ever done in fighting business. Just everything. When I think about boxing now, you know what? It's sad because once again I think of others before myself. And I think when boxers look at the careers and they look back, a lot of them have it with resentments and bitterness and that. I have nothing but happiness because I achieved my dream at my dream location. So I just smile and just think, lad, you done it. You've actually done it. Against all the odds, against a fighter who I was a massive underdog against.
Yeah.
Against the WBC #1, that's what Lunga McCarby was. And, you know, by doing what he's gone on to do now shows how good he is because he's world champion now. Yeah. He's the WBC Cruiserweight world champion. So
you demolished him, didn't you?
Yeah, I took him apart, mate. I'd done a proper number on him that night. You know, I was hitting him numerous times in the fight. Yes, he snapped me nose and dropped me, but you can't get in the water without getting wet. So I got wet, but I got up and dusted myself. I have a perfect example to everyone and anyone that, you know, if you put your mind to it and you're willing to do the hard work, dedicate, sacrifice everything, then you'll get there. I didn't care about anything. Boxing came first for me.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing to say, but boxing came before my kids, it came before my wife, it came before anything in life until I became world champion. Once I became world champion, boxing then was just a way of earning massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
That's all it was about, Juice. Once I wish I could have retired after Goodison Park. I wish that's Monday morning when I woke up. I wish it could have been over. I'm not. Did everyone go, the David A fights when I seen the day they were amazing? But yeah, it was great for the fans. It was boss.
Yeah.
For me, it was just a way of earning money.
But that fight when you did win it at Goodison, that was what
that's me
got
life.
you. That's what got you the big money.
Of course, that's it, mate. Everyone then buys into my story.
Yeah.
So that I actually took satisfaction in absolutely demolishing BJ Flores. I took huge satisfaction in that because that plant pot had been following me around for 2 years, telling me I was he told me I was a blown up light heavyweight who couldn't punch. He even turned up at the Creed premiere with David A as a sidekick. Yeah, when I look back at some of the things, but yeah, it's just my dreams came true that night, mate. That is just the best night.
Loads of Scousers just singing your name. Didn't you turn the music off and just listen to it? And do you know what I love about Liverpool and Everton and Merseyside and stuff is there was loads of Liverpool fans there, weren't there?
Thousands.
As much as Everton.
I'm indebted to them and I'm so grateful. Thousands.
Scousers stick together.
Of 18,000 that was in there, or 50 or whatever there was, 18 or 15,000, don't know what it was. But I know for a fact at least 8,000 of them was Copites. And I'm so grateful and eternally grateful to them. So thank you very much. I've always said this and I'll continue to say, I'm a Scouser before I'm a football fan. So, some things supersede football, some things that are more important, and me fighting welfare should have came first to Scousers. It didn't to some, but to the majority it did, and they turned
8,000 in there for that event.
I reckon there was about 8,000. I reckon, maybe a bit less, maybe 5,000 and 13,000 with Blue Note, but it doesn't matter. They supersede. It's like I've grown up a lot.
Our own. Let's go.
Yes, I've grown up a lot more over the last few years when it comes to football. Don't get me wrong, when I play Liverpool Football Club, I hate them, I want to beat them. That's football. Yeah. But outside of that, so when I see Trent Alexander-Arnold getting stick, I feel like I want to stick up for him. He's a Scouser. Yeah. I'm dead made up for him. I'm proud of him. He should be in that England squad.
Of course,
he's the best right back this country's seen since Gary Neville by a country mile. He's a more productive right back than Gary Neville. I've never seen a right back influence a game more than Trent Alexander-Arnold. So things like that get me back right up. So and I'm always, thinking. I think Steven Gerrard and Wayne Rooney are the two greatest Scousers that have ever graced football in our city. And we're just fortunate Wayne Rooney was at Evertonian, Stephen Gerrard's at Liverpudlian. So,
Yeah.
you know, the city's had amazing people like Jamie Carragher come through. And I've always supported Scousers, and I make no claim about that. So whether you're red or whether you're blue, some things, in my opinion, just overtake it a little bit.
Nice
and that's what's important.
Nice touch.
Right, where's your ball, lad? There's
Right,
yours.
over here. I need this.
You've
needs
got
to-
the advantage. Oh, I can't make this. You son of a... The tree done me. I should have hit that a bit harder, to be honest. I've messed it up for myself here. Should have got that well closer.
Oh no. Oh no. This is dreadful. Right. Little Jason punching. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've lost it. This is absolutely pathetic. Tony Bellew wins the 4.
Stop saying that.
Oh,
It's not
you have,
over yet.
mate. Oh,
Oh, you. That's not a gimme. You
not a gimme.
greedy man. You went for the glory and you messed it up.
I think it's irrelevant though, mate. Ooh! Tone, before you have your winning part.
Oh, stop it. Stop
you've
it. I
not.
can see what you're doing, mate. Stop
I'm not doing anything. You actually have won.
Why have I won? I've got 2 shots
yeah,
at this.
because I dropped as well.
So I've got 2 goals.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, about 3, I think.
That's because I've had 2 goals, you see.
And before you tap that in,
Yeah.
just quickly ask this to everyone on the 4-hole
Yeah.
challenge. If you could have a caddy for the day,
Yeah.
anyone past or present from any walk of life, who would it be?
It's a very easy answer, mate. I can't believe anyone would answer anything but Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. That's what Nadem said last week.
Mate.
Legend. There we go. Tony Bellew wins the 4-hole challenge.
This is one of the greatest days of my life. I've won at golf. This is one of the best. I've done it, mate. Thank you.
Unbelievable, mate. Thank you so much. That was so good, mate.
Mate.
Thank you so much.
I can't believe I've won. I genuinely can't believe it.
The Better Man won on the day. Please like, subscribe. I love this channel.
You better subscribe, I'm warning you.